During the Cold War, they officially became enemies. There was this fear that Russia would start invading countries. So one operation that was started was a super secret ghost army that went under the name of GLADIO. This was in all different NATO countries, that it was part of them, their entrance ticket into NATO. Well, it seems like both my parents were recruited as assets for this NATO operation, put together as a couple, not from love, but as assets. And then as a front, because it was a secret operation, they needed a front, and the perfect front was a family. When I started finding out these things, I was like, what the hell is going on, in my life? And so I started looking at, were there any weird things? Yes, there was a lot of weird things.
Welcome to my podcast. My name is Mikko Kemppe, and this time as a guest we have Ole Dammegard. I will read directly from Ole's own website, lightonconspiracies.com, from Ole's biography. So, quote, truth seeker, code breaker and peacemaker Ole Arjuna Dammegård, awarded the Brock Peace Prize and adopted by the Apache Nation, is an author, international speaker, former journalist, musician, composer, coach, artist, inventor and investigator who has dedicated the last 40 years to researching many of the global conspiracies. As a powerful frontline influencer in what has been labeled conspirituality, Ole has given more than 1,000 international interviews, and millions of viewers and listeners around the world have taken part of his impressive findings and presentations. His main focus has been to find out the truth about main top political assassinations, such as JFK, the Swedish Prime Minister Olof Palme, Robert Kennedy, Martin Luther King, John Lennon and other high-profile targets, plus the hundreds of alleged mass shootings and terrorist attacks around the world, such as the Las Vegas mass shooting, the Bataclan massacre, the Boston Marathon bombing, 9/11, Sandy Hook, Charlie Hebdo, the Stockholm-Berlin truck attacks, the Norway mass shooting, the Oklahoma City bombing, all the London and Manchester attacks, and many, many more. He was also crucial in exposing two of the modern time worst serial killer in cooperation with Professor Jim Fetzer. Ole is now considered somewhat of a world-leading expert on false flag operations. He has accurately predicted on international radio some 60 alleged terrorist attacks up to 2 months before they occurred, and in addition stopped several planned massacres. With so many years of deep research, he has become so good at it that his last name has now become a verb. To Dammegård or Dammegårdin is nowadays a term for searching for hidden clues and stopping inside jobs ordered by the deep state. So in this very interesting episode, we will dive into Ole's background more, and how did he first come to question in the first place the JFK murder narrative. Did CIA really create the term conspiracy theorist, and who is leading it? What was the MK Ultra project about? And from there we dive in deeper to Ole's own personal history. Was his parents secret NATO agents? How wide was the so-called GLADIO program? And much more. Due to the nature of this episode can be found also in Rumble video platform like some other Kemppe podcast episodes. Rumble is like YouTube in that anybody can upload video content to its platform, with the little exception that Rumble allows a little bit more freedom of speech, especially what comes to certain different topics. So, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to put thumbs up here and in Rumble, and comment. What do you think? What do you think about this episode? And make sure to subscribe to Kemppe podcast channel here on YouTube, and of course subscribe also on Rumble. With that said, let's go to the episode. You are one click away. Ole Dammegard. Thank you very much for joining my podcast. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. If you liked the episode, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Do join our conversations and comment and share these videos forward. Thank you once again, and see you on the next episode.